What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is October the 31st. Happy Halloween, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, don't really have that much coming out, a couple of Fed speakers, but the market's going to be really moving because of companies putting out their earnings, more specifically Amazon and Apple. So they did put out their earnings after hours yesterday, both on point. And so right now, because of that, you are seeing a lot of optimism in the broader market. So definitely a very, very positive thing, because over the last 48 hours, there was a lot of fear starting to kind of double down. But Dow is up 0.24, S&P up 0.86, and then NASDAQ up 1.58. So definitely looking pretty good. We are still under the fear category today for the fear and greed index. So in theory, people's appetite for risk isn't fully there yet, but most likely today will be on the high end of fear and possibly even rolling over into neutral going into or at the beginning of next week. Starting off, SoFi is up, just piggybacking off the broader market. No news from them, so 1.55% in the green. Currently, 8.41% of the free float is being shorted, and we are officially below 100 million shares being shorted, so 99.63 million. So that is definitely deserving of a round of applause. One thing to take note of, though, with today being Friday, this is the open interest. So you kind of have small amounts up until around that $30 range. So if, let's say, SoFi does get close to 30 by the end of business day today, then you might see shorts wake up a little bit, because there is 19,000 at that 30. So something to keep in mind. With it at 29.48, it is currently trading between this R2 and this R1. So 29.33 is going to be a strong support, and then 30.89 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Moving on, NIO is up slightly. There really hasn't been all that much in crazy news. So I think the big thing for tomorrow, meaning Saturday, November the 1st, is going to be their monthly numbers. So you might see a little bit of activity as some people do get in prior to that. But so far from what I've seen, there really hasn't been all that much in news. So for today, just watch for that $7 mark. I've brought this up time and time again. So $7 mark right over here. So that's the key pivot. So just watch for that to hold. And then aside from that, 10.42% of the free float's being shorted. So shorts overall have been really returning quite a lot. So hopefully they do continue that trend going into today. Moving on, ticker GETY, so Getty Images. So they are up 52% because of this news. So Getty Images and Perplexity strike multi-year image partnership. So that is why it's getting a lot of attention today. So this one will be a good day trade. Right now, 5.46% of the free float is being shorted. With it at 327, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 341 followed by 482 is going to be the key kind of targets. So if you're wanting to see some momentum, it really needs to be above this pivot point. If not, you might see some potential consolidation, but nonetheless, a lot of money is getting into this stock early this morning. Amazon put out their earnings that are up about 13.4%. Currently, this is the second most heavily traded stock in the pre-market. So crazy stuff. Normally, you don't really see that type of kind of scenario happen. One thing I do want to bring up to your attention, though, based on the quantitative data, including their most recent earnings, Amazon's technically still not considered overvalued. Valuation is at a D. So kind of something to keep in mind. So still could be potentially seen as a value play. It's not heavily shorted, so 0.77% of the free float is being shorted, so they're not going to be that big of a deal for today. With that 251, it is trading between this R2 and this R1, so 234 is going to be a strong support. I don't really see that being touched whatsoever today. What is going to be on the table is whether it can actually get above that 255 or not. One thing to take note of, though, is going over here. I think the pre-market high was roughly around that 155, so it did kind of bounce off of that. So just watch for that 150 or 255 level to be kind of that breakout point. but I think generally, even if it closes right below that, or even roughly around that 250 mark, the momentum is still going to be there for it to really continue on, especially going into the foreseeable future. And then last but not least, Solid Power, ticker SLDP. It is up 14% during the pre-market because of this. So it does look like they did partner with Samsung and also BMW to advance all solid state battery technology. So good stuff. Of course, based on just the market cap being 966 million, kind of on the low end for this, but still over the last 1 year, it is up 329%. So it's doing fairly well, I think, all in all. And so today should really push it higher. A couple of key points though with it right now at 611, it is above all the key fib levels. Looking at the classic, 610 is going to be a key pivot. So ideally just watch for it to close above that. But I think if you do see some consolidation, it might be roughly around that 581 mark. So for those of you that want to dollar cost average swing trade, just watch for that 581 followed by 569. But I don't really see or anticipate a pullback in the broader market. 11.09% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 18.12 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts might be a little bit active. So it does look like they recently did double down, went from around 5% to a high of 12.1%. So they might be fairly active, try to slow the progress of it today. So just anticipate that. So with all that, hopefully everyone has an amazing day going into this weekend. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.